I bought a laptop off of eBay and found this very strange video on it. I bought a laptop off of eBay for a fairly great price. My previous laptop recently broke and I was really in need for a new one. I searched on eBay and saw the ad. It was a new HP Pavilion for such a low price. Strangely low now that I think about it. I was so hyped that I immediately bought it. Me being excited and kind of dumb, the thought of it being a scam never really crossed my mind once I was buying it. As I waited for the laptop to arrive, I'd constantly go back to the page and look at it with anticipation. I was excited, it felt like Christmas. Just over a week later, the laptop finally arrived. A bit annoyed, I noticed there was not much protection for the laptop in the box that it came in, but luckily it was fine. I opened the laptop and immediately saw a sticky note on the screen. It was a 4-digit PIN. I was very confused, of course. Why would the seller not remove their account and give me their PIN? Why wouldn't they do a hard reset before shipping it? Of course, I used the PIN and signed into the account. My curiosity tends to defeat me. The profile picture to the Outlook account, that's the picture that you see when you put the PIN in, was solid black. A bit eerie, I signed in. There was nothing really special at first. The background was a standard default image Microsoft had with its computers. It was a beach. I assumed all of the files of everything would be cleared, but the seller left a few things in the files. What sensible person would leave their files to a stranger's viewing? There were photos of woods and a river. Woods were first, then the rivers came. They didn't seem planned out though, as most of the photos were accidents. They weren't symmetrical and were just blurry and pretty bad if I'm being critical. There was also a single picture of a room. It looked very simple, plain. It reminded me of one of those liminal space pictures you'd see on those YouTube compilations. Beige walls, a bed, a large vent, and a light. The light made the room look strange. It was warm and dim, very off. The next was a video. It confused me nonetheless. Honestly, it creeped me out. There was off-putting audio and these weird pictures of that Jonathan Galindo meme. This video was titled in the files as JonathanGalindo.mp4, and in that video, I could hear moans and some shuffling. Earth, Wind, and Fire's September was also playing in the background. After a few rewatches, I was very uneasy. I wanted to show people. I posted this to my channel. Sidebar, this is me, GloomRot, talking to you, the audience. I'm going to play the video right now. It is very off-putting, so I suggest swiping away from the video right now if you're sensitive to that kind of stuff. Okay, let's continue. I remember going back to the ad on eBay, and it was gone. The seller's name wasn't Jonathan Galindo though. His name was Thomas, shipped from a town in Utah. It wasn't a real town or address. I don't know if this was all some prank pulled by the seller, but if it was, it would be very far-fetched. What person would go through all the process of setting up an eBay ad, making this video, putting it on a nice computer, and selling it for such a low cost, even giving the sign-in info of his account? I just don't get it. I tried searching for more things, kind of wanting to see more, but there wasn't. I'm no tech genius, but I do think that there is nothing further to analyze, just a weird video. After messing around on the laptop for a bit, I decided to call it a night and head to bed. As I tried to sleep, I couldn't help but think of that damn video. The uncanny groans resonated in my head. I began to piece together the pictures in the video, making up theories and ridiculous conclusions. Was someone killed? Was their body dragged through the woods and dumped in a river? Were they killed in that room? I caught myself. I had to stop. I had class the next day. The next day I got up around 6:30 in the morning. I went to class for a while and came back home later. I went to my laptop and sat down, hoping to unwind for the rest of the day. I opened up my laptop and saw it. It took me a second to notice. The profile picture wasn't solid black anymore. It was changed. I sat there for a good minute or two, analyzing and trying to make out what the picture was. It was a close-up, semi-blurry picture of a door and its doorknob. I wiped everything. I began by deleting the photos and the video from the files in a frantic scramble. I also removed the account from the laptop. Stupidly, I didn't get rid of the laptop. I needed it, and my mind would do anything to prevent me from destroying it. I had to get to work anyway. I'm a musician, and I also make films with my friend on my spare time. I also make the soundtracks for those films. I began to install all the software I use to create music. After about an hour, I was all set. As I began, I lost complete track of time. I had been writing and recording for hours, also going to the bathroom and getting a drink a few times. The video came back to thought. Jonathan Galindo, I said to myself. I looked the name up on Google, seeing its affiliation with the Blue Whale Challenge. That was that internet challenge where people would harm or kill themselves. It was concerning. The supposed Jonathan Galindo would message people on social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and a few others. After a while of reading stories of Jonathan, I was uneasy. His creepy, goofy Mickey Mouse makeup definitely added to the uncanniness. Then I saw something. My heart dropped to my stomach. The light to my webcam was on. It had been on the entire time, and I had been too distracted to even notice. I sat there in shock, frozen in time as I stared into the small light. I quickly regained my attention and slammed the screen down, shutting it. I finally came out of denial and took the laptop. Heading outside in a quick pace, I opened the laptop and spread it against the curb, stomping down hard. It broke in two. I threw it into my trash bin, but I was still terrified. How long has he been watching me? Who the hell is this guy? Questions raced in my mind. Is this guy even from Utah? I was on the phone with 911. They said they'd send 2 cars over to check around. Honestly, I don't think they cared. I think they just sent them to check so I'll calm down. After a 5-minute search, they told me that I'll be fine and that there are just some creeps out there who will do anything to scare people. I angrily protested in my mind. Scare people? I'm in danger. But I think they were right. I didn't sleep that night, and I kept my lights on, blinds closed, doors and windows locked, and I just stayed up and watched TV. I soon forgot about the whole incident pretty quickly. Of course, I still think about it. I sometimes go and watch the video on YouTube. I finally got around to saving up and purchasing a new laptop from the Microsoft store. The incident was in the past, and I stopped worrying. I remember going to bed one night, doing my usual routine. I was laying in bed and looking at my door, daydreaming about new ideas for music I could write. And that's when it hit me. That profile picture that was black and changed to the picture of the door and the doorknob. That was my bedroom door.